Next up on the NNSCRA Castrol GTX Cup Series brings us to Richmond International Raceways. We're here today for the running of the Toyota Care 400 as we're set for 60 laps of action here. We had a great race in both the NRSL Meliella Series and had a great one in the NRSL Advocare Truck Series as well. And today we hope for the same thing here in the Castrol GTX Cup Series event here. As we have 60 laps of action here today, and we have got a great points battle coming for you here after the last stop in the tour at Darlington, South Carolina, in the Mountain Dew Southern 500. And just so happens on the pole was the winner of that Mountain Dew Southern 500. As just so happens, Jessica Shelton, the number 94 McDonald's Ford, has now got 3 wins this season so far, adding on to her wins at Riverside and Sonoma. As we get to you the starting lineup here, her pole speed at over 135 miles per hour. Starting beside Shelton will be Zachary Fitzwater in car 97, the John Deere Ford. Row 2 has Joshua Sekuli in car 19, the Dodge Dealers Dodge. He has a great qualifying run for him. And Daniel Olson, car 29, the GM Goodrich Chevrolet. Third row has the Rookie of the Year points as Rookie of the Year leader Kat Tellier in car 10, the Tide Ford. And two-time winner JT Bryant, car 02, the Alltel Ford. Then it's Charles Stanford, car 60, the Power Team Chevrolet. He starts inside of the 4th row. And the man who always runs well here at Richmond, it seems like here, the man who runs the Mountain Dew Racing Series, Dylan Poteet, car 22, the Caterpillar Pontiac. Row number 5 has Jordan Anderson, car 66, the Route 66 Jeans Kmart Ford. And John Arndt, car 71. Excuse me. He is in the Team Realtree Chevrolet. He won the season at California. Next row down is Cab Shearer, car 24. The DuPont Chevrolet had a great run in the Meliella Series race. He's alongside Dylan Young in car 2, the Miller Lite Ford. He also had a great run last season in the Meliella's race. Then it's the 31 Lowe's Chevrolet of Michael Turner, winner the season at in the first Pocono race. And Chris Dodd in car 15, the Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet. Next row down has Jason Haywood in car 17, the DeWalt Tools Ford, and beside him, Johnny Gardner, car 28, Texaco Haviland Ford. Then it's Jonathan Zorlin, car 48, the Lowe's Chevrolet, the winner this season at Atlanta. And alongside of him will be Benjamin Miles in the Valvoline Ford, car number 6. Next row down has Dalton Day in car 20, the Home Depot Pontiac. And beside him, another Pontiac, Joshua Collard in the STB Pontiac, car number 43. Next row down is Trent Dunham in car number 1, the Pennzoil Chevrolet. Winless season so far, but up there in the points chase. Beside him will be Emmanuel Hartnett, car 01, the Seymour Wireless Dodge. He won a season at the Daytona 500, and he also took the race at New Hampshire. Then it's Dougie Shears, 3 wins this season for Super Shears in the Square D Chevrolet car 55, and Texas winner Andrew Davis in the Interstate Batteries Pontiac car 18. Next row down has Carson Gum in car 23, the Winston Noble Ford, and Seth Cole, car 44, the Georgia Pacific Papers Dodge. Next row down, both these drivers on this next row have won at Bristol this season. Mike Becker took the day race in the Sprint PCS Dodge car 45, and Ryan George took the night race in the Michael Halogen Chevrolet car 25. He was the night race winner at Bristol. Next row down has the Coca-Cola 600 winner, Chelsea Bowles, car 26, the Discover Card Ford, and the Winston 500 winner at Talladega, Joshua Osborne in car 42, the Bell's Mobility Chevrolet. Next row down, Keith Batson in car 88, the Ford Quality Gear Service Ford Credit Ford Taurus, and beside him will be car number 41 of Zach Flickinger in the Target Dodge. Next row down, Andrew Perry. He's driving a green Skull car this weekend in the Skull Chevrolet car 33, the winner this season at the second Michigan event. Beside him will be Jesse Turner, the Watkins Glen winner in the 36 M&M's Pontiac, excuse me. Next row down, also going for the Richmond. This man swept Richmond in the Meliella Series here just recently here. Kyle Matthews, the Kellogg's Cornflakes Chevrolet car number 5. Looking for the Richmond sweep this season. He'll be alongside Quentin Moore in car 21, the Sitco Ford. Then it's Cole Deaver in 3 and Levi McIntyre 99, two-time winner of the season for him. And Deaver was the winner at Dover. Then it's Becca Tellier, the Brickyard 400 winner in car 12, and 7 of McIntyre is on the next row down. And starting scratch on the field is Matt Haas in the Budweiser Chevrolet car number 8. His win came at the second Pocono race. So getting set for 60 laps of action here, Jessica Shelton. 3-time winner of the season, including the last stop on the tour, the Southern 500 down in Darlington. Has got, that win moved her up to 20th place in the points chase, and she's got Fitzwater alongside of her. The green flag is out. We are underway here at Richmond. Joshua Sakuli now goes to the second position, and battle for third as Kat Tellier goes inside of Fitzwater for position here. Jessica Shelton leads the first lap of the race here. Here comes Charles Sanford to the inside, car 60, as he's got Jordan Anderson right behind him. Sanford looking racy here in this first of the laps of this race. Sanford hoping to bring his car to victory lane here today at Richmond. And we have got a long way to go, though. 58 laps left in this event. Michael Turner getting past Kat Tellier here. Jason Haywood. There's Jonathan Zorlin, car 48, the winner at Atlanta. Dalton Day looking for a solid run here today at in the number 20 Home Depot Pontiac. And there's one of our points contenders, Trent Dunham, in car number 1. He's another points contender here, along with Charles Sanford and Kyle Matthews. And actually, you might also want to throw in Dougie Shears in the mix as well, because he closed in to less than 100 points after the last stop at Darlington. So for now, we have a 4-car battle for the points here. Johnny Gardner comes in this race 5th place in the points as well, and I think Kyle Matthews, came in this race the points leader coming in. I think he does. And speaking of Dougie Shears, here he is in car 55, and I tell you that 55 has been strong all season. 3-time winner season as he is 3 right now between Fitzwater and Kat Tellier in the 10. Kat Tellier, by the way, leads the rookie points this season. And whoa, Shears and Fitzwater got together off corner number 4, and no harm, no foul at the moment. But Dougie Shears, I was about to say, has got 3 wins this season at the North Wilkesboro race, the first Union 400. He also took wins at Michigan, the first Michigan event, and then took the Pepsi 400 down in Daytona this season. The last plate races we have brought to you on the tour that will be heading to the last plate stop on the tour later in the season at Talladega Superspeedway for the Die Hard 500. But Shears right now runs in 10th position at the moment, so he right now stands a good chance of gaining points on Matthews and Dunham at the moment, though. But Charles Sanford is ahead of him at the moment, and actually for the moment he is. Because as soon as I say that, he is about ready to go by Sanford, and he does. And here comes another guy who usually runs good at Richmond, Dylan Poteet. In fact, you may remember, it was with these colors in the 31 car. He got his first Castrol GTX Cup Series victory on this very track in Season 1. In fact, that was what led him to the Season 1 championship in this series. And so Poteet would love to win a second championship. In fact, Poteet actually is, I think he is right up there in the points as well. I think he's in the top 10 coming in. In fact, I know Poteet's in the top 10 coming in this race here. So he's quietly having a solid season so far in the Caterpillar Pontiac. And right now running in 9th position. And just so happens Poteet has one of our 3 in-car cameras in today's event. As you ride with Dylan Poteet running right behind another veteran, Dougie Shears. That's 8th and 9th right there you see on your screen. And Poteet gets loose coming in through turns 1 and 2 here. Let's see how fast he goes into turn number 3. And going into turn 3 at about 146 miles per hour, now down to about 111 through 3 and 4. Now on the front stretch, let's see, 155 miles per hour in turn number 1. And down to about 109 in turns 1 and 2. So Richmond, a very unique D-shaped track. And in my opinion, one of the most unique short tracks on the schedule, which is why I really like tracks like this in Iowa. As far as short tracks are concerned, not to take anything away from Martinsville and Bristol, obviously. And there's the classic Gordon Earnhardt battle here happening at Richmond. Kev Shear and Cole Deaver. Shear in the 24, Deaver in the 3. And that's where our second in-car camera lies, inside Cole Deaver's machine. Deaver's the winner of the season at Dover. We'll be heading to Dover, actually, I think 2 races from now. On the schedule, we'll be heading to Atlanta Motor Speedway next for the running of the Napa Know-How 500. And then Dover will be next for the Tech Slayer 400 as Deaver now loses a couple positions. One to Joshua Osborne, and the other looks like to Levi McIntyre. Yep, that's Levi in the pink and black Excite car. Now Zorlin goes by as they go down through turns 1 and 2. McIntyre, speaking of McIntyres here, Matt running strong in the 12th position as he's now trying to get by Andrew Perry in 33. Joshua Osborne by way up to 13th position, and Levi McIntyre up to 14th in this race. As we're already 20 laps into the race here. And now Kev Shear going by Carson Gum. That's for 9th position. And Pote and Shears are still at it, the 22 and 55. Now they close in on the 17 of Jason Haywood in the 17 car. He right now rides in 6th position. And you look at the ticker right there, see who leads the race. It's still Jessica Shelton leading the race here at Richmond. And just like she did in the Milliota Series race, she dominated the event, though, only to get passed by Kyle Matthews late in the going. As Matthews took the win that day to sweep the Richmond seasons in that series. And whoa, Pote had a run in turns 3 and 4 on Dougie Shears, but Shears chops him off a little bit. Back on board, Dylan Poteet's car. Poteet runs in 8th position, up ahead of Shears in 7th. And Poteet, I'm sure right now, is very frustrated and saying, "Come on, Dougie, let me by here." Back to leaders, there is Jessica Shelton in that number 94 McDonald's Ford, and she has our third in-car camera in today's event. And that's what every driver wants to see from his or her view. Nothing. Shelton, of course, you may remember dominated Darlington the last time on the tour, the Southern 500. That's her first big race win. That's her first win out of the big races, I should say, in the Castrol GTX Cup Series. She's coming in the season and had not won a Daytona 500 or a Brickyard 400 or a Coca-Cola 600 or a Southern 500 until that Darlington event where she won in the Southern 500. Joshua Sakuli right now runs in 2nd position in the 19 car. He's having a solid day so far in that 19 machine. Another guy, Jordan Anderson, has not had a good season so far this season. But right now, taking the 2000 Darrell Waltrip colors to a very strong run in 3rd position. Michael Turner runs in 4th position with Lowe's Chevrolet, the old Mike Skinner colors. And Dalton Day rides 5th. Jason Haywood running 6th position. He will stay with Ford next season with the Aero 88 mod. He'll have the 15 Motorcraft colors for Bud Moore next season in the Castrol GTX Cup Series as we go to the 1987 car set for the Aero 88 mod. And Dylan Poteet has gotten back around Dougie Shears for the 7th position here. And whoa, Poteet got loose through turns 1 and 2, and here comes Shears in the 55. He goes back to the inside lane, a crossover move for Super Shears. Now he and Poteet are side by side. And Dougie Shears does get that position back. He takes 7th back from Poteet. Those two have been going at it all race long, and meanwhile, Andrew Perry runs in 9th position, Kev Shear in 10th, but may not be 10th for long, because here comes Matt McIntyre, along with another McIntyre, Levi McIntyre in 99, no relation to Matt. Levi, of course, with his team, Rockin' Wrestling Racing, and he says he's no Hulk Hogan when it comes to that expression, but he is a huge wrestling fan, and he is a huge heavy metal rock fan, so that's why the name Rockin' Wrestling Racing. And a huge racing fan on top of that. Benjamin Miles, we haven't talked about him at all today in the 6th machine. He runs in 13th position in the Valvoline colors. 2 Roush cars going at it here. The 6 and the 99, pair of Fords here. Benjamin Miles has been solid this weekend so far at Richmond. One of the veterans of the NNSCRA, and he has won many a race in his sanction. Carson Gunn running in 14th, another NNSCRA veteran, along with Emmanuel Harton. He's a rookie in this series of the 01 machine. In fact, he is, I think he is either 2nd or 3rd to Cat Tellier in the rookie points, but he has one of the big races this season. He has won one of the big races this season, the Daytona 500, as well as the race at New Hampshire this season, as you see Benjamin Miles go up the track, as Gum and Hartnett both go by. Doran's in 16th position, 17th is Flickinger. Joshua Collard in 18th position. Kyle Matthews has moved his way through the field up to 19th position. Matthews was the points leader coming into this event. And now in a battle with Joshua Osborne for the 19th position. Matthews from Ohio, Osborne from Kentucky. So as far as states are concerned, they neighbor each other a little bit. They're actually quite a bit ways apart, city-wise. I thought I heard tires screeching here. Well, apparently nobody's wrecked, so that's good. Oh, well, apparently somebody has wrecked. I say the pace car's lights are on right now, so. So the yellow flag has flown for the first time. You remember that's what doomed Shelton in the Meliella race. And I think it was Mike Becker that spun, I think. Yep, it was Mike Becker in the 45. First caution on the 38th lap of the race here, and he gets a tap from JT Bryant coming on turn number 2. This is so often the case. Turn 2 is usually the cause of the flags, of the yellow flags here at Richmond. And Becker goes for a little loop and saves it from getting off the wall here. So great driving on Mike Becker's part. But unfortunately for Mike, that drops him down to 41st position. And so pace car's lights are off. We'll begin set for green flag racing here on lap number 44 here at Richmond International Raceway. Jessica Shelton is the leader of the race here, looking for her 4th win of the season. Joshua Sakuli looking for his first. As you see, he's in second position. It'll be first of his career if he can hold on. Nope, scratch that. I think it'll be his. I think it might be his second. No, it actually will be his first of his career if he holds on, actually, because he almost won Chicago last season and got snookered on the last restart there. Jordan Anderson is in third position. Fourth is Michael Turner. Fifth position is Dalton Day. All four of them looking for their first of the season, and so too is Jason Haywood in 17. He also looking for his first of the season. Green flag's back out. We're back underway here at Richmond. Joshua Sakuli took a look to the inside and turned one on the restart, but Jessica Shelton says, I remember what happened the last time, and I'm not letting it happen again, and she doesn't. She has the lead right now, but Sakuli is closing in that 19 machine as he goes to the inside now. Battle for the lead ensuing, and meanwhile, battle for third ensuing also as Michael Turner goes inside of Jordan Anderson. Now takes spot away from him. But boy, Sakuli all over that back bumper of that 94 car of Jessica Shelton as they come down and hit by the 25 of Ryan George! The race has crashed! Well, apparently we were under yellow. And Shelton crossed the start finish line and nailed Ryan George in the back end. Oh, no! What happened here at Richmond? Well, apparently I think Ryan George was the cause of the yellow flag, to be honest. Yep, and it was. He and a few others crashed coming out of turn number 4. And I think Flickinger might have been the... Yep, here he's like... Either him or Carson Gum. There were 3 wide between those 3 along with Zola in the 48. He hooks the 41 of Flickinger, sends him in the wall, and then sends the 23 of Carson Gum into the wall with him. Dodd gets a piece of it. Matt Haas gets a piece of it. Here comes Ryan George. He comes to a dead stop right here. Meanwhile, everybody's piling in here. Sanford, Becker, Dunham, Johnny Gardner, Kat Tellier, all of them were kind of horsing around a little bit. Meantime, Ryan George gets back going. Several cars were coming in for pit stops. And here comes Shelton right about now. Doesn't get... So all that hanky-panky that happened on the front stretch there cost Jessica Shelton not only the lead, but the race right there as well, apparently. But she, unfortunately, was not the one that took the big hit, though. Of course, though, all the ones that were in that crash, and that does give this man Joshua Sakuli the lead of the race, by the way. But let's look again as to what happened here. Let's look again as to what happened from another angle. And I think we're going to look from the copter cam on what happened between Gum and... Yeah, they got 3 wide going to turn number 2, going to turn 3 here. That's Flickinger inside, Zorlin in the middle, and Carson Gum on the outside of the track. They were battling in the bout for the 12th or 13th position. Zorlin hooks the rear quarter panel of Flickinger's car. Several cars got through okay here, but then Chris Dodd gets a piece of it right here. Andrew Davis, there's Matt Haas, Keith Besson gets a little scrape here somewhat. Oh, and Trent Dunham kind of jacking up Johnny Gardner right there. Little car sex happening. I don't know what happened there, but anyway. And somehow the 44 Seth Cole got involved in the whole deal as well. I don't know what happened to him there, but... And then Ryan George gets his car going, and now Shelton's going to come in right about here. And right into Ryan George she goes. So again at Richmond, Shelton had another one of those. Didn't want to see that yellow flag deal. That happened. On board Jessica Shelton's car. She does get slowed up when the yellow flag flew, obviously, but... And the yellow flag and the green flag has flown once again here at Richmond. So 10 laps decided all here at Richmond International Raceway. The new leader of the race is now Joshua Sakuli in the 19 car. As he has got the 31 of Michael Turner right behind him, and there another battle for the lead happening here. Jason Haywood's going to try for third position here. Matt McIntyre, I don't know if he's a lap down or not. He's on the lead lap still. He's in fifth position. And here comes 22, Dylan Poteet going to the inside now of Jordan Anderson. And he's got his buddy Levi McIntyre right behind him in the 99 machine. As Haywood now goes to third position, I should say. Michael Turner's in second. Can Joshua Sakuli be on his way to his first Castrol GTX Cup Series victory? We're about to find out here. And unfortunately for Jessica Shelton, that unintentional rear ending of Ryan George drops her to 39th in the final running order. So again, Shelton dominates Richmond, and unfortunately for her, fails to win the event. But here, that's gonna drop her back again in the point standings, unfortunately as well. Anyway, Joshua Sakuli is the leader of the race here. He's now got down to 5 laps to go now, and starting to pull away a little bit. Maybe Michael Turner actually closed in a little bit in the 31 car. Poteet's at the high side in the 22 machine as Joshua Collard goes inside. Levi McIntyre moving his way to the 4th position. Emmanuel Hartnett, he could be back in the points chase as well because he and Levi both came in this race top 10 in the points. So this is really going to help them in the points chase as well. Because both McIntyre and Hartnett both came in this race in the top 10 as well. But Michael Turner has backed up a little bit right there, trying to maybe go for another run. But the time is running out, down to 2 laps to go for Joshua Sakuli. Car number 19, the Dodge, and up the yellow flag is flown. That should be the race right there. But after what happened at Bristol in the NRSL Mille Yellow Series, I'm not going to say anything. Because if you don't know what happened in that race in the Mille Yellow Series at Bristol, though, here we had 4 cars finish ahead of the pace car, and they had about 3 or 4 cars finish ahead of the pace car, and at the checker flag, and gave the win to about the 4th or 5th place machine. But all the cars are behind the pace car, so that should be it. Joshua Sakuli is going to be your winner of the NRSL of the Toyota Carrots 400 here at Richmond Raceway. And I tell you, a great race for Joshua Sakuli. He started this race in 3rd position, ran 2nd most race, and then got the break when that deal happened under caution. And that is not the Jeremy Mayfield car, by the way, he's in. That's the 19 Casey Atwood car he's in, by the way, the 2001 Dodge, not a 2002. But anyway, Joshua Sakuli takes home the victory here today in the number 19 Dodge Dealers Dodge. The 2001 Casey Atwood colors. They come out of corner number 4. Michael Turner's going to be 2nd. 3rd with the Jason Haywood. Levi McIntyre 4th. And Emmanuel Hartnett 5th. And there it is. Joshua Sakuli wins the Toyota Carrot 400 under yellow at about 45 miles per hour. Average speed of 101.681, the average, and I think Jonathan Zorlin was the cause of the yellow flag, as the yellow flag has flown for the final time, or for the third time, I should say, here at Richmond. And apparently it wasn't Jonathan Zorlin, so... we're going to look at the pace car, see when the lights came on. So it was not Jonathan Zorlin. Yep, the last caution flag flew was Andrew Davis in the 18 car. That's what caused the last yellow flag to fly and giving Joshua Sakuli the victory, and he gets the tap from the 5 of Kyle Matthews. And takes Chelsea Bowles with him in the 26 machine, and that caused Bowles to drop back a little bit. And Davis, he also keeps it off the wall, like we saw Mike Becker do earlier. And so, personally, actually do not know why that actually caused the yellow flag to fly. But anyway. A big day for Joshua Sakuli. His first ever Castrol GTX Cup Series victory comes at Richmond International Raceway in the running of the Toyota Cara 400. That's 27 races are in the books. So 27 are in the books this season. As the rest of the finishing order, Joshua Collard comes up in 6th position, Benjamin Miles 7th, Jordan Anderson drops to 8th, Becca Tellier 9th, and 10th position will be Andrew Perry. In this race here, Dylan Poteet drops to 11th position, 12th was Zachary Fitzwater, Kev Shear 13th, John Arndt 14th, 15th was Dougie Shear, so that should help him points-wise. But with McIntyre and Hartnett now both finishing in the top 5, that should put them in a that should improve their chances maybe for a good points finish as well. Coming into the next stop at Atlanta Motor Speedway. So, Dougie Shears was 15th position. Keith Batson, a great day for him, 16th in the final finishing order. Matt McIntyre, 17th. 18th was Jesse Turner. 19th, Dalton Day. And Joshua Osborne comes home in 20th position. Rest of the finishing order here, we had 29 cars finish on the lead lap in today's event. Quentin Moore, 21st. Dylan Young, 22nd. Johnny Gardner, 23rd. He was 5th in the points coming in. Cole Deaver, 24th. Point leader Kyle Matthews, 25th. So this is going to hurt him in the points as well. Chris Dodd, 26th. JT Bryant, 27th. 28th. Daniel Olson, 29th. Chelsea Bowles, the last car in the lead lap. Charles Sanford rounds out the top 30. Then comes Mike Becker, 31st. Kat Tellier, 32nd. Trent Dunham, 33rd. That's going to hurt him in the points as well because so all of our top 3 finished right down the field as well coming out of Richmond. So short tracks can shake things up here in our series. So yeah, and everybody knows that. 34th was Ryan George, 35th Andrew Davis, 36th Seth Cole, or 36th was Jonathan Soren. Seth Cole was 37th, and he was the last finisher of the race. Carson Gum out of the race in 38th, and a hard break for Jessica, and definitely a heartbreaker for Jessica Shelton. Had the car to beat the whole race, and then a fluke deal that happens under yellow. Her takes the yellow flag and then rear ends the 25 of Ryan George, knocks her right out of the race in 39th. So Shelton looked like she was on her way to her 4th victory of the season, and unfortunately, her ends up in the garage area after this race, and that's going to drop her back in the points again. 40th was Zach Flickinger, and Matt Haas rounds out the field in 41st. And those two out of the race because of crashes that happened. Actually, the deal happened on the front stretch is what knocked him out of the race as well. But how about a first-time winner here at Richmond International Raceway? Joshua Sakuli, his first ever Castrol GTX Cup Series victory as he takes home the Toyota Cara 400, driving the 19 Casey Atwood, not Jeremy Mayfield, colors here at Richmond. As we head to Atlanta Motor Speedway next for the running of the Napa Know-How 500. Like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. You'll find everything here on this channel here in our races, gaming videos, YWC wrestling, you name it, we got it. Whatever the person of the NNSCRA Seth Cole desires for this channel. And be sure to check out Seth's other series as well. Be sure to check out Seth's series as well, is what I'm trying to say here. The NNSCRA Hershey's Cup is in full swing, as well as the Pizza Hut X Series. So be sure to check those series out as well. And so the next up is Atlanta Motor Speedway for the Napa Know-How 500 here. And this is... So with all that said, this is James Qualls. This has been a production of the NNSCRA. Offline racing at its best.
Greg, did you have any ignition problems?